Good morning and welcome to our final assembly. Welcome to our Year 12 girls, to our Year 7 to 11 girls watching on live stream and their teachers, and to, of course, our Year 12 parents and family members who are also watching our live stream. I also welcome our Chair of Council, Jane Hodder, and thank you for your support this year. I also welcome Leah and Holly, the mums of our school captains, who I also thought was really important that they attended today. And I asked one mum to represent all of our parents who are watching on live stream as well. So welcome Amanda Thompson. Amanda's youngest of three daughters, Julia, finishes today. They've been in the school for 18 years. So lovely that you could also attend. Nina, hello in Broome, and Nadia, hello in Hong Kong as well. We feel your presence with us. We are all in this together. I can remember Sophie encouraging me to sing this song on a video dancing around my kitchen back in term 2, and the request, "We need to be together, Mr. Brown," was the one thing that the Year 12s asked for today. So congratulations, Mr. Brown, in achieving that for the girls. We are sun-blessed and we are outside, but the main thing is that you're all together. And I know that you didn't want to watch this live stream, that you needed to come together as a cohort. So thanks, Mr. Brown. Can we please acknowledge his work for today? Not only are we sun-blessed today for parents watching, the girls have also received a blessing from Dr. Peter French from Toorak, St John's Church in Toorak as well. So we have just finished that service and that was recorded for you to watch as well. The uncomfortable truth in life is that you can't control every event, experience or outcome. More than ever, COVID-19 in 2020 has taught us this. At this time, I'm reminded of the ever-powerful statement of the same sentiment expressed by the 20th century Christian serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The basic idea of focusing on the actions and experiences within your control has been around for a while. Of course, the occupation of our human mind is to lean towards some seemingly important event or experience that can't be changed or controlled, and stressing about how they can affect us today, tomorrow, or even months in time. This pivotal experience that may not affect you in any way, but the mind can't let go. It keeps wandering. We're very accustomed to worrying. And it's such a conditioned pattern that there's no single cure or remedy. The mind jumps into scenarios and visions. Worrying achieves nothing but stress. According to the philosopher Epictetus, who taught us we should accept calmly external events beyond our control and to make the most of life, he encourages us to divide our moment-to-moment concerns into two categories: the things you can control and the things you can't. And the key to maintaining a positive attitude in life is to know the difference. Don't bother worrying about whether there'll be problems. There will be plenty of them, and you'll work your way through them, just like you work your way through the VCE exams or perhaps a pile of marking if you're a teacher. Every obstacle is a way forward. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." The weapons of reason, or your wisdom, that St Catherine's in 2020 has taught you: resilience, agility, the ability to pivot or pirouette, and an understanding on who you can lean on. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control the way you respond. And in your response is your greatest power. I encourage you to keep mindful. Try taking stock of what you actually can control in a typical day. You'll be surprised how little influence you can have. And you'll begin to accept that while you can't control every situation, you can control how you think, how you feel, and how you behave. As our cohort take their first steps into life outside school gates, we will welcome you back as St Catherine's Old Girls. As you prepare for your final weeks as school students, remind yourself of all that you have accomplished, the relationships you have built, all you have learnt, and lean in and build the next part of your story? What do you hope as you return to your school reunions in years to come? What do you want to achieve? Hold on to these aspirations and believe in you. Here you are today, all of you, the school leaders of 2020. You are so ready for this next step, this next part of your journey. You will surprise yourselves with what you can do. Strong, independent women who lead with wisdom, courage, and care for others. Be good, be great, celebrate you. Travel well, my friends. And remember that powerful statement. God, grant me the serenity to the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Have a great day, girls.
Grey's Anatomy. If you know me, you know I'm absolutely obsessed with it, to the point where I still remember an extremely irrelevant quote that literally went for 2 seconds. All the way back in season 1, following Derek and Meredith's first breakup, Meredith says to Derek, "I can't remember our last kiss." And whilst I'm not here to chat to you about my love life, I am having a bit of a Meredith moment. I can't remember the last time we had a normal school day. I can't remember our last game for GSV. Oh, I didn't plan on crying this early. I can't remember our last assembly in the hall. I can't even remember the last time we didn't have to get our temperature checked walking into school. However, as we sit here feeling as though we've been robbed of our lasts, and whilst, yes, we may have missed out on some, actually many of the experiences that somewhat make up Year 12, we redefined it. Boogieing our way through formal and assembling a thoroughbred production line may have contributed to what some would call a normal Year 12. However, our normally abnormal final year turned into Teams meetings and blue ribbon spirit time. Despite 6 years of high school turning into 6 months of lockdown, the class of 2020 did get through this year, a totally unexpected year. No one before us or after us will ever understand what it was like to be a Year 12 in 2020. We walk into the world stronger, more resilient than anyone before us. But seriously, what else did you expect from this mighty fine cohort of 82 girls? The legacy we leave behind is stronger than the impromptu dance parties in the common room, some fun newspaper articles, shout out to Susie O'Brien if you're listening. Sorry. And the democracy, which is the STC 2020 Messenger group chat. St. Catherine's has provided us with the stepping stones to a future I am so beyond excited to see. However, we cannot segue into the beyond without first acknowledging the legends who got us through it. Mrs. Carroll and the leadership team. Thank you for your continued guidance, always putting the girls of St. Catherine's above all else. Likewise to our teachers, from prep to VCE. It was somewhat easy for us to sit at home feeling sorry for ourselves. However, we'll never know what it was like to teach a class of school photos, with cameras off and muted microphones. Your determination to still provide us with the best education this year is beyond admirable. Many girls will sit here today and tell you about their dream career, which was all inspired by one of you, the classes you taught and the life lessons you provided us. And I could not stand up here today without celebrating our 2020 hero, the one and only James Brown. If someone were to ask me how to describe you, I would say you're like our cool uncle. Hilarious, extremely unique, sometimes overprotective, but always by our side offering a lending hand. You deserve the world, JB. We will never be able to thank you enough for what you have done this year. You're our hero, role model, and the leader of our pack, today and always. Now, as our classrooms turned into the dining room table and our co-curricular turned into endless board games, I could not stand up here without also acknowledging and thanking every family who has stood beside us this year and for the past 13. To the Boys Clan in particular, whether you're watching from home or sunny Bris Vegas, thank you for your quirky ways of showing your unconditional love this year. You are and always have been my biggest fans, and know that I'm standing where I am today as a result of growing up with you three legends by my side. And I was actually lucky enough. Oh, sorry. I was actually lucky enough to gain a second sister this year. That's you, Alex, but you're being covered by a speaker, so hi. I've never laughed so hard than I do with you. And this sounds a bit like I'm proposing to you, so I'm so sorry. You're so beyond unique in the best way possible, and I'm so honoured to have shared this experience alongside you. We were gifted a different opportunity to those before us. For better or for worse, we were able to use our 2020 vision not to predict a pandemic, but rather to lead through one. Sorry. On behalf of both of us, I know that Lucy and Cece will make us proud next year. We leave St. Catherine's in the most capable hands possible, as you are both so deserving of this opportunity. Sorry, I'm a bit like a snotty crier, so it's a bit awkward. Now, I apologise that I do not have any funny, highly personal Year 7 anecdote to share with you. I do, though, have 3.5 years of being a part of this extremely unique Blue Ribbon family. So, graduating class of 2020. Today, we run out of the gates of Harrington Place one last time. It feels as though we've not even had a Year 12, that online school just did not cut it. However, our time has come to an end. As we put a full stop at the end of this chapter in our life, or for metaphorical sake, tie our last blue ribbon, we move on to bigger and better things. Your past 13 years of hard work, determination, and resilience has not gone unnoticed. They say that you're a collective of your past experiences. This means that the decisions you have made for the past 13 years collectively make who you are today. And just because things are a little different right now does not mean that those memories suddenly fade away. The sheer power of this cohort made it their mission to make sure that COVID-19 did not define us. And today, I can confirm it hasn't. We are and always will be individuals. We are and always will be individuals who excel at maths, rowing, debating, badminton, art, singing, horse riding, you name it, we do it. The world is simply not ready for the class of 2020. So, in the wise words of Meredith Grey, we feel a little bit robbed when our expectations aren't met. But sometimes our expectations sell us short. Sometimes the expected simply pales in comparison to the unexpected. The unexpected is what changes our lives. Thank you.
For those of you who haven't got to know me very well this year, my name is Alex, and I wanted to share some fun facts about myself today. So, fun fact number 1, I have a dog. His name is Bertie. Bertushki, Tushkis, Schnooks, Flirt, Dirty Bird, Gert, you name it, he gets called it. Bert lives a very simple life, sleeping and walkies and eating and, most importantly, making sure everyone understands that I am his favourite. Sorry, Pip, you can't deny it. He's a cavoodle. Well, that's what we were told. But we've always had our suspicions. He can't run as fast as the other cavoodles. We know his legs are a bit too short for that. But he doesn't seem to mind. Bert's a glass half full kind of guy. He's as chill and content and unique as everyone aspires to be in life. And if I've learnt anything this year, it's that we all need to channel him a little bit more. I would equate the way he gets excited when anyone comes to the door to the way we're going to be excited when life goes back to normal. And I mean real normal, not COVID normal. Walking through the door to our homes is something that seems trivial to us humans, just like having 5 friends over used to be. But it's all about perspective. We don't realise how lucky we are to have what we have until we don't anymore. Everything is just normal until it's not anymore. But different doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means exactly what we make of it. The reality is we haven't got to do all the usual graduating class stuff or any year level at that, but we've made the most out of what we got. Sometimes it is hard to remember all the good things that we did get to do when we get caught up thinking about what was not quite in our reach. But we got to have our formal. Thank you, Miss Van Pol, for changing the date. We always knew there was a method to your madness. We stayed at Trinity and got our Year 12 jumpers, and then we wore them on the first day of school and all the days after that, maybe even at home. We had a sneak peek of the common room kitchenette and the yummy cheese crusty toasty makers. We sat in the hall together for the first assembly and then some more. We made fairy bread, ran out of sprinkles and sent some people into a fit when we continued to butter nonetheless and feed it to others. A true reflection of the functional year level we are. We had some class parties and some year level ones, lest we forget Susie. The Year 12 group chat got fiery over the end of year song and then somehow died down just as I got my popcorn out. Somewhere along the lines, everyone got a license exemption. Still not sure how an exemption works when everyone gets one. And got their Ps. I missed the memo there too. And then we've had some COVID special moments. Spontaneous fancy takeaway dinners, especially, of course, for the ISO birthdays. And then there's the extremely testing ISO birthday videos, which never turn out quite how we want them to. Mr. Brown's birthday renditions for every single Year 12 isolation birthday. I'm sure that ended up being a lot more than you thought it was, so thank you for continuing with that. The ever-loved and cherished Blue Ribbon Spirit Time, maybe more so for the early school finish than the activities themselves. The wonders of Microsoft Teams. That ringtone will forever haunt me. Hand san, and more hand san. Chats and meditation with regulars at the Melbourne Oval. Watching a movie from 2005 and catching yourself wondering where their masks are and then wondering what the world has come to. A sneeze and a cold and a cough becoming a whole intense dramatic ordeal. And Dan's love of lockdown. And despite all of that, we've made it to this point. We're still going strong, and that in itself is a pretty good effort from everyone. Fun fact number 2 about me. One of my favourite books used to be We're Going on a Bear Hunt. From what I remember, the pages consisted of a family chanting, "We can't go over it, we can't go under it, we can't go around it, so we'll have to go through it." When faced with a mud puddle or a sandstorm. This might seem wholly boring to anyone older than 4, but if you think about it, the quote is the perfect mantra for this year. Each of us together make up a family of bear hunters who throw themselves right through the thick of it. There hasn't been any shortcuts for us, no escape routes, just us and a pandemic, a worldwide sandstorm. And it goes without saying that none of us could have gotten through this year on our own. And there are so many people to thank for supporting us and giving us a friendly little nudge here and there when we've most needed it. Mr. Brown, thank you for being the most legendary, awesome, ripper head of year ever walked this earth. You've gone above and beyond to keep morale up and help us make the most of this year. You've helped us make the bad good and the good better. Thank you for checking in on every single girl whenever you could and making sure we feel like a year level no matter what the circumstances. You really are truly our 2020 hero, and I think that in itself sums it all up. Thank you as well to all our Year 12 teachers for your endless support, even through the screen, and to all of our teachers throughout high school at that. Thank you to Mrs. Carroll and the student leadership team. Thank you to parents and siblings and pets for putting up with us day in and day out, quite literally in ISO, and being a shoulder to cry and rant on. And to you, Sophie, Angelina, Ballerina boys. The definition of big things come in small packages. Together, we're the organised and the not so organised, the punctual and the not so punctual. I think people know who's who. You've supported and motivated me. and giggled and photo shooted and brainstormed and danced with me and just kept me together this whole year. And that's no easy feat. We'll forever be the COVID captains, a legacy that we didn't quite picture leaving, but at least it's something. I know you'll go on to do big things, but maybe not as monumental as the St. Catherine's Instagram account, School Co-Captain. Thank you for staying beside me in this roller coaster of a year. And of course, to the class of 2020, the best bear hunters out there, the girls who I've more or less grown up with. Thank you for everything, and I mean it. The memories, some which I just mentioned, not just from this year, but from all years, for sticking together in the best and the worst and the weirdest, this year, and for helping make me who I am today. It's funny to think that we make an effect on so many people without ever knowing it. And so I just wanted to let you know that all of you, every single one of you, has made an impact on me, and most likely everyone else in this year level as well. Some more than others maybe, and all in different ways, but nonetheless, we're all now a big part of each other's teenagehood and a big part in the making of the girls who are sitting here today at this very moment. Maybe high school hasn't quite ended up for us how we wanted it to, or pictured it to at that. But at least we've shown ourselves that even when we finish school, we'll just pick up exactly where we left off when we come back together again for that first 5-year reunion. Honestly, if we can get through this year, we can get through anything. High school, as my grandpa says, the best years of your life. A bear hunt, if you will, that needs the best kind of people and the best kind of place to get you through in one piece. And if you're lucky enough, to get you through even better than before. They say that the two hardest things in life are hello for the first time and goodbye for the last. You don't realise the truth in these moments until moments like these. 5 years ago, shy little me did her best to say hello to all of you for the first time, unaware that I would meet some of the best friends that I'll probably ever have. And now I'm doing my best to say goodbye. I'm not entirely sure where to start or to finish, but what I can say with all of my heart is that there's no one else I would rather have gone on this bear hunt than with all of you.
I'll just mop up the tears from here. It is now my great honour and privilege to announce the graduating class of 2020 and all Year 12 award recipients. This cohort have shown incredible perseverance and courage in the face of adversity, and we as a school community are very, very proud of each and every one of them and how they've overcome the challenges of 2020. It is in the darkest of times that we need our strongest of leaders, and this cohort have led by example every single step of the way. I would like to acknowledge our leadership team and all of our VCE subject teachers for their wisdom and guidance in helping this group navigate the highs and the lows, ultimately keeping everyone on course to where we find ourselves today. Thank you to the families of the class of 2020 and for their unwavering support and unconditional love, and to the entire school community for their actions, thoughts, and words of encouragement. Each student that I read out today has graduated with a valedictory award, and along with the gifts that will be presented at a later date when we have more people in attendance, they will receive a badge of honour today from Miss Carroll, marking their year as the heroic class of 2020. I invite each student to come up and receive their badge from Miss Carroll when the name is read out, and please hold your applause until the end. Stella Analis, who is away today. Thalia Babianis, who receives the Margaret Woodlock Award for Outstanding Sporting Achievement, the Light Blue Award for Performance in Rowing and Water Polo. Sophie Boyce, who receives the Australian Defence Force Long-Term Leadership and Teamwork Award, the Principal's Award for the Co-Captain of the School, and the Gold Award for Exceptional Service to the School. Annabelle Brend. Romy Cantwell, who receives a Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence and a Light Blue Award for Performance in Rowing. Ella Carton, who receives a Light Blue Award for Performance in Rowing. Nadia Chan, who is in Hong Kong and also receives the Brooks Family Prize for Determination. Jessie Charlwood. Kara Cheng, who is also absent today. Millie Cottrell. Lucy Croft, who receives the Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence. Eliza Crossing. Annabelle Derbyshire. Penelope Drummond, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in cricket. Harriet Forsey, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing and a General Award for outstanding service to the school. Millie Fraser-Smith, who receives the Sports Auxiliary Sports Citizenship Award, the Light Blue Award for performance in athletics, and a General Award for outstanding service to the school. Sophie Garrett. Laura Glasspole. Charlotte Goff, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in athletics. Georgie Green, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing. Sarah Green. Isabella Hall. Margaret Handolius, who receives the Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award. Claire Hain, who receives a Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence and a General Award for outstanding service to the school. Sophie Hogan, who receives the Sue Bell Humanities Prize, the Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence, the Bertha Jorgensen Prize for Leader of the Orchestra, Light Blue Award for Performance in Public Speaking, and a Gold Award for exceptional service to the school. Tess Hogan. Claudia James. Jasmine Jiang. Annabelle Johnson King, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing. Isabella Jones. Sophie Kent. Frankie King, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing. Talia Kotos. Violet Lazar. Lexi Lidstrom. Amber Leong, who receives a big birthday wish from all of us today. Astrid Lowe. Jen Madgwick, who receives a Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence and a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing. Lily McCallum. Alice McCleary. Isabella McDonald, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in debating, the Jeannie Hood Prize, and a General Award for outstanding service to the school. Zoe Meggett, who receives the Langley Family Memorial Award for a boarder. Alice Menzies King. Michelle Mai. Georgie Moores. Ruby Morton. Sophie Moss, who is absent today. Lucy Mottram, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing. Charlotte Murdoch, who receives a Light Blue Award for performance in rowing and a Light Blue Award for performance in snow sports. Lara Natras. Ella Ozdemir, who is absent today. Erica Pan. Penelope Pick, who is absent today. And Nina Pigram, who is in Broome, WA, who receives the Brooks Family Prize for Determination. Sienna Podolak. Kayue Ren. Emma Robertson. Chloe Rogers, who receives a light blue award for performance in rowing and a gold award for exceptional service to the school. Ashley Sharman. Alex Shergold, who receives a light blue award for performance in debating, the Principal's Award for the co-captain of the school, and a gold award for exceptional service to the school. Isabel Simons. Natalie Sinica, who receives a general award for outstanding service to the school. Serena Sitch, who receives the Catherine Neligicki Verstop Hilford Drama Prize, the Caltex Best All-Rounder Award, and the Gold Award for exceptional service to the school. Eleni Stamoulis. Ella Stefanis. Julia Stern. Amelia Sun, who receives the Sophie Borland Memorial Award for Public Speaking and a Light Blue Award for Performance in Public Speaking. Elena Tan, who receives the Langley Family Memorial Award for a border. Isabel Tanner, who receives the St Catherine's School Debating Award and a Light Blue Award for Performance in Debating. Julia Thompson receives the Music Citizenship Award, Parents and Friends Association Citizenship Award, and the Gold Award for exceptional service to the school. Elsa Tian, who is absent today. Sasha Tivy. Isabella Vargo. Victoria Voltius. Romy Walker, who receives a dark blue award for academic excellence, a light blue award for performance in swimming, and a light blue award for performance in water polo. Lynn Wang, who receives the Margaret Mulder Award for International Citizenship. Cassandra Wang, who is absent. Lindsay Ware, who received the Light Blue Award for Performance in Equestrian. Annabelle Whiter. Indiana Wild, who receives a Dark Blue Award for Academic Excellence, a Light Blue Award for Performance in Music, Future Innovators Award, and the Melbourne University Principals Award. Jacinta Yee, who receives a Light Blue Award for Performance in Music. And Jennifer Zhao, who receives a Light Blue Award for Performance in Music. Congratulations, one and all, class of 2020.